Hello, gamers. Hello, gamers. How's it going, gamers? Hopefully it's going well. So what were we doing? Collecting bounties? Killing dudes? We should go to Crookspur Island or whatever the fuck it's called and deal with the slave situation. 'Cause I don't love that there's slaves, apparently. That is a controversial opinion. Bad. We should get a bigger boat. We should get a bigger and cooler boat. Time has come to get a bigger and cooler boat. I say it, therefore it is true. Okay. Actually getting decent fucking money from selling all this shit. I love that this game does let you just carry as much shit as you want to. There's no, like, oh, you need to get bags of holding. It's like, nope, your inventory is just fucking infinite. Wait, what is that? Never heard of her. Right. Give your money. Junk sounds like my kind of boat. All the trash there. Let's get some arcane lanterns. Let's get bronzer. That sounds sexy. Yeah, exactly. You gotta be a hoarder in games. Rag sale or cotton weave sale. It's quarters. I want on sale. No, mage weave sale sounds the best. Do they have any more of those? So we got lights. Need a helm. That'll be good. Warship reinforcements. Because ours shall be a ship of war. Ship management. Set active ship. Hull color, purple, sails, purple, and gold. Perfect. Okay. Now I just need crew. Strip the Defiant. It has served us well. But now it is time for the... Shit, I need a boat name. I need a cool boat name. I need like the coolest boat name. In here. Surgeon. Navigator. Where's Navigator go? Where does Navigator go? Fuck. Cannoneer. Cannoneer. Helmsman. Deckhand boatswain. Oh, Navigator. Right, I guess you're gonna be a deckhand. So apparently it's what you're good at. Okay. Now I need people. Need deckhands. Need deckhands. Use more cannoneers. What happens if I don't have a bosun? That seems bad, right? Oh, oops. Thanks for the heads up. I forgot to turn that off. Also, I hate that that's boatswain, but it's pronounced bosun. Stupid boat terms. Okay, let's leave this place by sea. Yeah, it turns out all boat terms are stupid. Because they're all mispronounced like that. Alright, where am I going? Merrill and Mad? Crookspur. Head to Crookspur. Hopefully it will be an uneventful trip. Or maybe hopefully it won't. We got a new boat that can kick some fucking ass. We got a new boat that can wreck some fucking shop. As opposed to our little fucking dinghy before. No. Almost there. Shit, I gotta hydrate. Thank you, robot. Hooray. So we're entering a bad town.
Are you there? Psst. Love some. Chance a gander this way.
Trader with sun-burnished skin and straw-like hair loosely pinned into a tumbling rat's nest waves both hands eagerly in your line of sight. Glance in her direction. She cracks a knowing smile and rocks back on her heels, waiting a heartbeat before she speaks. Then, this close, you can see how her nose and cheeks are dashed with freckles. She turns her head to the side and you get a good look at the puckered scar that curls down from her right temple, down to the corner of her lips.
Thought that might catch your attention. Now then, you must call me Sayafol. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, madam.
She thrusts a calloused hand out for a shake.
Have a look-see. You won't find a grander market for your labour needs than Crooksburg, nor finer illusion wares than mine.
What are illusion wares?
Lockpicks, noisemakers, chisels and crowbars, maps, compasses, hardtack, spyglasses, potions of invisibility.
She takes the items off her fingers.
You know, your typical basic expected survivalist gear.
She smiles sweetly, blinking wide with innocent eyes.
For the more courageous traveller. Now, if I were a wagering woman, I'd say Aldi sent you to help me outfit just such travellers. Aye?
Trader sidles closer, glancing conspiratorially around before continuing in a more hushed tone.
During my station here, I've spied signs of illegal activity.
What sort of illegal activity?
Slaves that oughtn't to be slaves.
All of them, you mean?
Enslaving people of the Deadfire is illegal. It's the selling of slaves from elsewhere that isn't. If we could free the natives who've been detained before they're carted outside of the Deadfire, the illegal trade would be exposed, weakening the entire trade. Moreover, we'd ruin Ferrante's ploy with the slavers, whatever it may be.
She smirks meanly, rucking her scar across her cheek? Shouldn't that be like raking? Rucking.
You'll find the natives.
I'll see what I
the
can
illegal
do.
stock, deep within the fortress, kept from sight. There's routes to the inside, but most stand heavily guarded. You may have better luck sneaking in through the sea caverns dotting the shore. One of them leads into the fortress. I've got a skiff ready for the slaves you send out. We'll make fast for Deadlight.
She winks, flirting with the thought of a dangerous getaway.
After that, who but Andra knows? Maybe I'll see you around Dunwich.
Okay.
You there, approaching.
The guard sneers, fat lips peeling back from his yellow teeth. He grunts, muscles flex and pop in his thick-set neck as he cranes for a better look at you.
You are late. The auction is almost over.
Then hurry up and let me through.
If anyone is to hurry, it should be you. I grow tired of opening and closing the gate.
His chest heaves as he cranks the winch to raise the heavy grating.
Take care that I do not drop it as you walk beneath.
Noma. At last we reach the culmination of our lot today.
A stiff-backed woman gestures wildly with her arms, gathering the crowd a hair closer. Excitement simmers amid buzzing voices and a low rattle of raffia hand fans. Anticipation hangs in the air. Then with a flick of her prim wrist, she hastens the final slave to step forward. He's a strapping, ugly-faced mistborn, chains and planks of the stage rattling with each of his heavy steps.
Feast your eyes on a fruit most rare.
The auctioneer's lips curl into a cruel smile.
Veliko will open the bidding at 800 pies. 800 pies, 800 right here, and 850. Who'll give me 850, 875, I'm at 875.
She points to various bidders who raise their numbered fans, never pausing for in her lilting chant.
What a putrid thing.
The words are cutting, but the buyer's fan snaps up eagerly.
We've got 875 and now 900. Who will bid us 900?
The auctioneer sweeps her hand over the crowd, searching for the next price jump. A long, low growl from Seraphim, his scarred lip curls over his crooked teeth. His fur bristles as his head shifts forward, one ear low, the other twitching.
Be feasting your eyes on these bare-polled, scurvy-wilted curs, throwing copper down for flesh. Don't suppose we'd be here to send their souls back to your pale-armored mistress?
His fingers tighten on the grip of his weapon. Bid 900.
What in the name of WoW's hidden fiddly bits, Cap? You actually be bidding on folk?
Now we're at 950. Do I see 950? And I do. And we're up to 975. Where's my 975? There it is. And who'll give me 1,000?
Bid
You've
2,000.
gone true and fucking fathom-headed, Captain Watcher.
Seraphim fixes his green glare on you. The crowd jolts as you significantly raise bid, but the auctioneer hardly pauses for a breath before she's rattling off a newly set rate.
Damnation! Count me out.
Buyer tosses her fan to the ground in disgust.
2,000. The price is 2,000 beautiful pies. Do I have 2 and 500? Once, twice, and sold to our mystery bidder, the patron with the weighty pockets.
Her lips curves in a rapacious smile.
Gelarde, I do hope you possess the sufficient funds for your sake as well as mine. Come here now. We will finalize the trade. Perfetto. Let us close this deal.
The auctioneer inclines her head to the shackle godlike.
You are a first-time buyer, Ak? For I do not recognize you as one of our usual patrons.
I've come to address your personnel problems. Her eyes narrow in
The
understanding.
master has been expecting you. Go. You will find him within the residence.
Good day, my lady mistress.
And how might I help you?
I'd like to meet with the master.
Master Kua will be expecting to see you. Do not make him wait. His office is in the residence.
I was hoping that I could, talk to the slave guy and be like, hey, you're free now. There sure are a lot of dudes around. Orphan cat. Not a bad ability. Okay. Let's go to the dungeons. So we're gonna just like be killing everyone here, right? Like we're gonna kill everyone?
I'll tell the taskmaster. He'll torture them up right good for their insolence.
Ba, ba, ba.
Mother!
Yes.
I'd like to use that sword to get that damage so I can upgrade said sword. Green crested key. Very good.
I shall.
Use the key. Caves. Caves are spooky.
You there, stranger. Help us. We are not fit to be here.
A woman coated in dirt and flecking war paint waves her arm between the grimy cell bars. Though weaponless and caged, wearing rags not fit for a pauper, she stands aggressively. With a muscular frame, it is obvious she is a warrior.
Come closer. That's it. Just a step more, little bird.
Step closer to the bars. When you step closer to the cell, she lunges forward, banging her shoulder against the bars, and her hand snatches for your throat. I'm listening.
You aren't one of Kua's men.
Her breaths are ragged in your ear.
Who are you? A buyer, maybe? But down here? I haven't seen you before, so you don't work for the slavers.
You wouldn't happen to be a native of the Deadfire, would you?
So you really aren't one of Kua's. I am Wahaki. The Deadfire is my homeland. And someday, I will kill these slavers for defiling it. Understand?
She wrenches at one of the bars. While the metal doesn't bend, it groans long and low. So it's true, Crooksburg trades illegal slaves.
They do. Though the legalities scarcely matter. All Kith have an inborn right to freedom, to survival. I would see these traders slaughtered for their overbearance. You've made it this far and haven't been skewered by an ogre. Yet. Perhaps you can free us. Me and the others are keeping tabs on their patrols. I know their schedules, and their weaknesses. We can handle ourselves if you can get us out of this cell.
You'd need weapons to even have a chance of surviving.
Weapons? The slavers have plenty, ripe for the taking. We will swiftly kill the closest guards and arm ourselves. I will personally take the taskmaster's anchor and use it to rip out his entrails. open the cell and witness the Oaxaca's best warriors in action.
Know who has the keys?
The big dumb one, the Taskmaster. He stomps around near the stairs that will take us to the fort's upper floor.
Is it the key I already got? No. Augury Cutthroat, huh?
Another tack, Cap.
Yes?
Water flows crisp and clean.
There we are.
Uh-oh. I got mine controlled. That's not good. That's downright bad. Why am I hitting with fists? Wow, he is really just fighting with an anchor, huh?
Never you mind that miss. I'll land the next one.
He is just smashing dudes with an anchor. Large iron key. The Will Breaker. Delightful.
Indeed.
Okay. New.
Ready to skin some slavers? I know I'm ready for revenge.
Kill the slave. I'll kill the slavers while you run. I can personally ensure your tribe's safety.
If we don't slaughter every last slaver, my tribe will never be safe. Your offer is noble, but I can't entrust this task to another.
Only fools can't tell when to fight and when to retreat.
I would rather die than risk awakening again in chains.
Get the fighting and flee.
You ask a warrior to run from battle? To adopt the heart of a coward?
She pounds a fist against her chest.
That I can't do. We will have our chance, and we will cut the hearts from these slavers, with or without you.
Alright, then let's make them suffer. Suddenly her whole body is on alert. Her muscles taut as a bowstring as she signals for fellow Oaxaca to draw closer.
Me and mine will make our way to the courtyard, gutting any slavers we find. The chaos should help you reach the master. What say? Are you ready?
We hit hard, we hit now. She clenches her fist in the air and signals the rest of Oaxaca. Then she points 2 fingers ahead. The warriors disappear silently into the shadows. Can't open these slave. Okay, these ones also got opened. Good, good, good. Oh, and level up. Mechanics. And bluff. Summon ogre. Summon ogre. You get explosives and survival. And sure, that one. You can get alchemy and history. Okay. You learn about explosives and history. That looks cool. Sure, that one. Okay, and now, last and least, Seraphim. Mechanics. And bluff. Okay. I wonder if they've heard that we're causing problems now. I don't know which side that was. Okay, it looks like the slavers. Slavers all got fucking stomped. Which is cool. Weird that they didn't take any of the stuff.
And then you...
He rubs the back of his neck, seemingly startled by the band of metal that brushes his palm.
I don't know how or why you killed them, but I do thank you.
You're free now. Good luck and take care. Chokes on his intended reply, beating his chest, catches breath before he can further speak.
Truly? You mean it? I can never thank you enough for such kindness. Gods, where should I go? I've nothing to my name but these clothes. And my freedom.
You could join my crew if you like. Works hard but fair. I'll pay you for it. He jerks, clearly surprised.
Thank you for the kindness, my lady.
Helmsman cook. Okay.
That's it!
Ow.
Very well. Oh, that's not it.
Neat. Roxburgh Fort? Is that where we're going? Because I want to, like, crush this whole operation.
So help me God, I'll whoop the next one of you who takes aim at me.
Owned. Somehow the floor got clean.
I shall make it so.
Oh. Hey, a deer. What's your thing do? It's pale light. That is very good. It's very good though. Defensive beacon. Yeah, that's a good shield, but it's not as good as what he's currently got, so womp and womp.
Ixie on us. Let us end this.
Owned. Owned and also wrecked?
Scallywag. It's Ho-Cap.
Perfect. Let us end this. Certainly.
It's me too.
Ixie on us.
Quest failed. Tip of the spear.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
Oh no, I've lost reputation with slavers.
Indeed.
Oh no, oh tragic. Show completed. What was it called? Sinking feeling? No. Maybe it doesn't even show it. Whatever. I don't care. Alright. Slavers have been very well dealt with. I'd say that was more than adequately dealt with.
Care to have a look?
Show me what you have for sale.
Right away.
Helm of the Falcon. A legendary saber. That sounds cool. I don't need things that are just fine. They're just fine. Just fine. Fine flail? It sure is. Fine stiletto? Exceptional saber. That's the stuff to keep. A fine wand? We don't need those. Exceptional crossbow. Exceptional blunderbuss. Exceptional club. I don't really know how you make an exceptional club, since it's just a club. But what do I know? Again, just selling anything less than fine. Or less than exceptional. Fine or less. How was I supposed to get in there otherwise? For you, a small cavern arrows into the rocky terrain beneath the fortress's crumbling stone base. The squat mouth of the cave sits within within a wash of ocean water. You know what? Fucking leave. I don't gotta deal with that. I went in through the front door and it was fine. Oh. Good, good, good. Okay. Where... We should head back to Fort Deadlight, I guess. Report that I did the thing. Oh, I'm being pursued. A few details. Naval combat. Enemies scurry to their stations in preparation for maneuvers. Hear shouts of the bosun over the sound of water, ordering the crew to their stations. Sailors climb, rigging like spiders, and let loose the sails. Turn to starboard. Distance. So they're just closing the distance. Well. Yeah. Don't bother. Why are all these so low? Fire. Okay, we did something. Turn to port. Close in further. Close in further. What are they doing? Oh. They're trying to get... They were just trying to get close to board. Okay. Well... Devoted slave and weather wizards. Feel bad attacking slaves, devoted or otherwise.
I fear not.
Neat. Share coins with the crew. Not that I needed the morale, but you know. Okay. believe I was headed towards Deadlight before I was so rudely interrupted. I do like that they sing sea shanties. That's fun.
Are you ready to meet our commander? Aldis has been waiting for you.
Lead
Right
on.
this way, Captain. It's my pleasure to show our honored guest around. Aye, it sure is.
I don't actually drink out of the skulls. I just turned them into cups for decoration. But what can I do, you lovesome?
Brookspur is a done deal.
Aye, and quite a raucous it was from what I've heard. I always like a good bloodbath myself. Some of the freed slaves have already made it here to Deadlight and pledged to ships in my fleet. You did a fine thing, Captain. Don't think I'll soon forget it.
She rubs her thumb over a sully net around her neck, mist-colored eyes looking you up and down. Her lips quirk in a sly smile. Major positive! With the Principe.
You're real good for business. So, here's to hoping our wakes cross again someday.
Okay.
Until then, you can trust that I'll be in touch when I need you.
Certainly.
Alright. Well, that's good. I guess. Alright. And now, what do we do? Got some more bounties we can collect on. So much of this map that's unexplored. Tikawara? Why do I want to go to Tikawara? That seems like a good thing. Is that different from Mad Morena? Pardon me for thinking that they were the same. Wilderness, Brooksburg Island. Oh, I was just there. I was just at Crooksburg Island. Oh, I don't feel like going back. Right? Let's see just how this goes. Okay. Scenery is not what I expected.
Where you be expecting me to stick this cap?
It's beyond me.
That's it!
Me and you are about to mix.
Alright. That was easy. That was surprisingly easy. I figured that would be more of a thing. But no, it was not much of a thing. Okay. What is Tikawara? Why do I know that? Why do I know where Tikawara is? And why do I feel like that is a place of importance? Where's the...
Now keeping out of trouble? A little jest. What is it?
Convince Ilaria to keep watch on Gorechi Street.
Perfetto. He's a little shitne, but a lazy one. He will not cause trouble if he does not have to. Easier to work with a familiar face for the moment. I can deal with him later. So, we have one small part of Port Mage under control. A good start. Well, here you are, for your time. If I had 10 women like you, the whole of Port Mage would be set right within the week.
Sure. Good talk.
Faster,
Fresh
you lot.
fish!
Let's get off this rock.
Callia?
I'm on the next ship out of here. Unless you're here to kick me off the docks this time.
We could use someone like you on the crew, you know.
Race you to the coral.
No contest.
What? Just because you have webbed fingers and I can't swim?
You are
We're
a
back.
strange man.
Wonder if Wangleth's still in a mood.
Human
I'm lucky to
survivor.
have met you, friend. You're a real good soul.
Sure. Do I know you? I can... Malicious. That's right. I don't want you. Seasoned cook could be good. I already have a seasoned cook. I already have a seasoned cook. Can you do something else? You can be a deckhand. Which is definitely a downgrade, and I'm sorry about that. Right, leave by sea. Well, we're tying off some loose ends at the very least. Southwest of Hasongo. Where is Hasongo? Alright. Okay, let's go fight this person, I guess.
Got to try something else. Oh, indeed.
I cannot whack him any harder.
Oh! Deal damage. Done. Neat.
You know what? I'm impressed. That was... whew, wow! I've never experienced anything like that before.
Oldveer not only glows in your hands, but begins to glow faintly.
Well, sounds like you two got something real special there. Almost makes a man wish for a sword of his own.
You saying you ain't got the equipment, farmer? Or that you don't be knowing how to use it?
Nah, I treat my swords real good. Got this whetstone move that I do. Keeps them pacified.
He holds up his thumb and 2 fingers on each hand, demonstrating the grip.
Did no one ever teach you not to eavesdrop? Keep your ears to yourself, creep. You've been good to me. Better than I thought you'd be. I may not always show it, but I appreciate it. I guess. My owner... things weren't perfect between us. Sometimes she'd cry after using me, or scabbard me and ignore me for days.
Rude.
It was complicated. You won't tell her about us, will you? Not that I like you or anything. I just don't want her to get the wrong idea. She's very sensitive.
You can sense Modveer trying to be stern, but its seriousness is belied by the slight waver in its voice. Here I thought I was a ham-fisted half-wit. What changed?
Listen, I'm willing to be the bigger person here and say that maybe I was wrong. Maybe you're not quite the incompetent fool I thought you were.
Gleaming steel of Modveer's blade exudes a distinctive smell of sword polish.
But don't go telling everyone I said that. I have a reputation to maintain.
Are you ready to tell me where you think she's gone?
She dumped me, okay? She said she couldn't do this anymore and tossed me in a pile of garbage. Do you feel better now that I've humiliated myself for you? Is that what you wanted to hear?
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
I don't want your fucking pity.
Oldveer still, suddenly so heavy you can barely heft it.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Its voice becomes small, subdued, as if it's lost the will to speak.
Just point me at the map and I'll mark the last place I heard she was going. Some city called Dunnage.
Wait, why would she tell you where she's going but not bring you along? The tip of the blade briefly flashes bright red. Wow, that's a lot of checks. Clearly there's more to this than you're letting on. Tell me what happened. Maybe I can help.
She dumped me, okay? She said she couldn't do this anymore and tossed me in a pile of garbage. Do you feel better now that I've humiliated myself for you? I don't want to talk about... Let's go.
Okay, well... Whatever happened with... Got like... Parts of a map. Symbol map? Stitched together approximation of a map points away to a remote island. Illustrations of squat huts and the name Junvik village stand out in prominence. Northern coast, however, is adorned with scribbled likeness of a skull. Spidery letterings encircled the landmass spell out the name Drowned Barrows. Merely holding the parchment fills you with a sense of dread. When you run your thumb over the skull, your pulse quickens like a beating of a drum. Okay. Guess let's head to Dunnage. Which I can only imagine will not be a very friendly place to me. Swap out. I want to get this guy in, but I don't know who to fucking swap for. Seraphin is the obvious choice, but he's like recommended for like every goddamn quest. So I feel weird dumping him. Because seriously, like every single quest is like, you should bring Seraphin along.
That's her!
As you approach Yingfirth, she tenses but does not run. Her eyes go wide when she meets your own, shoulders high, and hunted look edged into her long face. Odor strains in your grasp, desperately pulling desperately toward the figure in the crowd.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Her face is pale, her brow beaded with sweat. I'm a friend, or I could be. I'm here at Modvir's request.
I had thought... I hoped to never...
She rubs a shaking hand across her eyes, which are red-rimmed and bloodshot.
Why did you bring it here?
She sinks back against the stone of the doorway and hangs her head.
You said you would come back for me, but you never did.
Modvir's voice is unsteady, strained, pulls towards Yingfirth, as if it were a needle and she were a lodestone.
Alone for all those years, picked up and discarded by countless strange hands, hoping every time that they might be yours. What did I do wrong?
It was no fault of yours. It is I who am to blame.
Yingfirth kneels and lays a scarred, tentative hand on the flat of Modvir's blade. You clearly care for Modvir. What happened?
It was shame.
Yingfirth runs her fingers lightly down the length of the blade. Modvir leans into her touch, warms beneath it.
I was born a cipher. As a young woman, I was apprenticed to a master animancer. He was keen to refine the art of housing souls, and he believed someone of my abilities might be an asset to his aim.
Oh, did you kill someone to make Modvir? Is that where this is going?
My parents made a pretty copper on that deal.
She spits on the ground and grimaces.
When I left him, I took Moldware with me. I thought it was my responsibility to look after it. I decided that my penance for Moldware's creation would be to hunt those who used animancy for terrible ends.
You did your penance how?
For a time, I took a position with Dunreed Row in Defiance Bay. I saw things that haunt my nights still. With every unscrupulous animancer brought to justice, my guilt grew, knowing I was their equal in evils done.
She shifts her weight from foot to foot, unable to meet your eyes.
I fled for Deadfire to the Principe, but I was too naive to know that shame has fleet feet. It devoured me. I thought if Moldware were gone, I might finally be free of my shame. How foolish I was. But what of you? What do you want?
She takes an unsteady breath and turns her attention back to Moldware.
I don't remember my life before, so I can't hate you for stealing it from me. I don't know if I will ever be able to forgive your betrayal, but...
The sword leans heavily on Yingfirth, pressing its hilt into her thigh.
I would still prefer to stay with Ingfrith if she would have me.
Oh man, do I lose the sword? Yes, I think that's best.
But I care for you as well.
The sword leans away from Yingfirth and towards you. It presses into your leg.
I have to wonder, what'll happen to me after both of you die? Can my soul even return to the wheel? Though I've only known life as a weapon and I've no desire to die, neither do I want to live forever. I'm only a weapon. A tool. And even though you're still a ham-handed halfwit, I trust you. So you decide.
I'll take up Yingfirth's duty to Moldware if she's so determined to abdicate it.
You're right. After what I've done, I have no claim to it.
Yingfirth grimaces. She glances once at the sword, then quickly away. Aloth flashes a quick, pleased glance. As Yingfirth turns to leave, she walks slowly, as if waiting for someone to call after her, but Modwir says nothing, and neither do you. You feel a feather-light touch on your mind. Countless voices swell. Their ethereal tongues speak only apologies. Then, like a breeze, they're gone. Oh, interesting. It's bottoms up.
I welcome your return.
Desserol gives you a warm smile. Killed Lord Admiral Imp.
So, the puffed up little charlatan is gone for good. Well done. But halfway is half done, my friend. There are 2 more members of the Firebrand's old crew that need your special attention.
I killed Lady Epero.
Finally, the lady falls. You already have my gratitude. Now take my coin.
She drops a generous pouch in your palm.
There's just the 1 crew member left now.
I killed Katran.
I hope Katran put on a good show for you before the end.
Her grin is wicked, sharp as a jungle cat's.
You've put to bed the last of the Firebrand's crew, my friend, which was more than I ever could have hoped for. Thank you truly. I can rest easy now, knowing they got what they deserved.
It sounds like you've got a grudge against the Firebrand's crew.
Back on this again, are we?
What's bothering you?
There's no need to make my concerns your own, my friend. It's family business, that's all. But I suppose you have a right to know.
She pauses and slips the Solunet from her pocket again. It gleams golden in the low light.
My idiot kid sister was on the Firebrand, seduced to a dishonest life by the promise of adventure. When the pirate hunters killed the crew and sank the ship, they also killed my sister.
Oof.
But those irredeemable lowlifes I sent you after got away without a scrape. I want them to pay. I don't much care how, so long as they take their turn on the wheel.
Tell me about your sister. A smile twitches at the corner of her lips.
Danae was a wild girl from the day she was born. She came out of the womb yelling loud enough to make your ears bleed. And she never really stopped. She chased a bad end like a winter-starved wolf chases the first fat deer calf of spring. It was only a matter of time before she caught it. But dead is dead. And reminiscing with you won't bring her back.
Fair enough. Farewell.
Fresh fruit, vegetables, dried goods for long voyages. I got it all right here. What can I stock you up with today?
Show me what you have for sale. No, thank you. I don't want any of this. Okay. So that's that. Where did the... Trunvik Village. Do I know where that is? Let's go on a fucking adventure. Let's go on a fucking adventure, gamers. Okay. I understand why you can't mark to move in the fog of war, but I wish you could. Head towards the treasure, obviously. The area seems unremarkable, but for a set of large rocks placed on a triangular formation. You compare the barren desert pass with the notations and landmarks on Captain Hankwell's map. This is the site of his buried treasure. You've lost the map. You dig at the spot until your shovel hits a bag of coins, bursting it at the seams. Kneeling to gather up the armloads of riches, you spot the corner of a buried chest. You dig faster and pry open the chest. A fortune in jewels and goods sparkle in the light. Okay. Yeah, alright. What's up with John Vic Village?
I said no to talk. The drowned barrows are closed.
The elderly dwarf folds her arms, her disapproving frown warping the tattoos that encircle her face.
If you want to join your son, you can offer yourself to Nemnock next season.
Listen.
Our elders crossed the land bridge to protect their children. You disgrace their memory, feeding our young to the mountain Anik.
The auburn-bearded dwarf waves towards the imposing peak on the horizon, its cliff face shaped like a leering skull.
Nemnock will release my son, or perish.
Tetok utters the words with a hate-filled whisper that causes Anik to hiss through her teeth. What happened to your son?
Kali sacrificed himself for the good of the tribe, right, Tatok?
I lived a full life in the shadow of the barrows. Kali deserves the same.
If you reject Nemnock's accord, then you are truly lost. May Kali find peace in the embrace of the Mighty One.
Anik grits her teeth and marches across the settlement, turning her gaze to linger on the distant outline of the mountain.
Spit on Nemnock.
Hey, guy.
Some ink must have leaked through Anik's skull if she thinks I'll stand idly by.
Tetok mutters to himself as he presses a fine chisel into the scales of his armor, engraving runes one laborious curve at a time. Lean in for a better look at the engraving. The runes are of the Nasitak language, at least half of which spell out a litany of violent and colorful curses. Chisel goes askew and draws a harsh line across the iron. Tetak's eye twitches.
There goes the rest of my day. What do you want, Outlander?
Sparing you a glance, Tetok begins to furiously buff the metal with the edge of his fist. What was that argument about?
Our chieftain offered my collie to the drowned barrows.
Jacques spits on his armor and rubs harder at the chisel mark.
Nemnock accepted him. An honor to some, a tragedy to me.
What's Nemnock? Tadok sighs and wipes his brow with the back of his hand. What's Nemnock?
God of the island, a great terror of a being, but kind to us when we follow the rules.
He shakes his chisel at the stone idol in the center of the village.
A false god, you mean?
He's not perfect, but he's our god, lass.
Tadok sighs up at the idol.
His likeness is the most any of us have seen. We only meet his ogre minions who guard the isle. The children we send, they face him in the mountain.
I've heard nothing about a new god. This might bear a closer look.
Nemnock sure takes like a god. He demands readers, scribes, anyone handy with ink and quill. My collie had the misfortune to be born clever.
Tadok grimaces to himself.
Did you say you'd go to the Mountain of Power? Would you find my boy while you're there?
Tadok pauses his work to blink at you.
We send other tithes to the mountain as well. Gold, gems, items of power, if such things interest you.
I'll look out for Kali while I'm there.
My thanks, Outlander. I have no cause to expect help, but I'll take it where I can.
Tadok tentatively inclines his head.
Next time it'll be Nemnock who pays.
Tadok chews his lower lip and sighs as he marches towards the hut. Hungry dog.
Outsider, you come for food?
Yes, show me what you have.
As you wish.
I don't want this. Okay. So we head to the mountain to kill a false god. I'm sure it'll be fine. A mountain commands the northern horizon. Its cliff face, the likeness of a rotted skull. Scavenger birds circle high above its peaks in a morbid halo. Go north. Silently approach the base of the mountain. The beating of drums reverberates in your skull's gaping mouth and vacant eye sockets. From the skulls. You know what I mean. Step in through the mouth. Overhanging jaw and upper palate eclipse the sky. An echo of voices from the throat of the mountain signal you aren't alone.
Promising.
Okay, warlock. That's gonna be a caster of some sort. Okay, good, good, good. This is going well. I wonder what would have happened if I had fully upgraded Mode Weir before doing the thing. I regret not doing that. Come on, fucking die already. There we go.
That's it.
Exploded. Turn them into meat. Then tendrils of steam rise from this pool of sulfur. Yummy!
Scully. Cap.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, stinking. Oh. That's a good fucking spell, Aloth. I was joking that it looked like a stinky hand. But it fucking paralyzed that guy. That's a useful ability. Come on. Kill this fucking chump ass. There we go. Gods of the statues seem to follow you as you move around the room. Blister bomb, huh? Crown Barrow's crown. Let's explore the rest of this place before we go somewhere else. Like, say, busting through these doors.
As you like.
Oh.
Got to try something else.
That didn't work. Okay, that place fucking sucks. Flame Naga.
Be right happy to lug that for you.
That's not very helpful.
Ow. These dudes are probably immune to flame from... Yeah, shit. That's healing. Give me skeletons.
That's it.
Get me skeletons and guns. Skeleton with a gun. I like the dramatic music here.
Trouble.
It's very anxiety inducing.
Oh, that were a beaut.
I cannot whack him any harder.
Looks like...
Ain't you got hit me again and I'll hit you back.
I feel no.
I cannot whack him any harder.
Meat. Turned them to meat. These guys all have names. Is there like a way that I was supposed to come here that like
Futile.
was non-violent? Not that I mind. Hot air bellows up from the depths of the sanctum.
I shall make it so. What have we here?
So many traps. So many traps that we all leveled up except for Aloth. That's gotta be a door, right? Will that burn out? Or is that just gonna be on fire forever now? just get you extra health. Extra health is always good. Splinters the target's soul with sheer force, huh? Sounds good to me. We'll learn about arquebuses. Religion. I don't use empower is the thing. I should use empower, but I don't. Here, let's get survival and athletics. Learn about flails. Sure. And mechanics and diplomacy. Summons a dragon. So much good shit. About blunderbusses.
Oh.
Fucking knew it. Okay. Okay. Frog crash? That looks cool. That's cool. And that's cool. Aloth, it's time you learned about guns. What was that? Extra damage taken. Grants spirit shield. Grants iron skin. Huh. So it makes you take extra damage, but then protects you the more damage you take? Which is interesting. That would have been good to know that I had those. Well, learn something new every day. Does that have like a duration?
As you like. I shall make it so.
Stop doing that.
Tell me.
Like magic missile this motherfucker? Well, Aloth?
There's a walloping. I'm here.
Good. What? Nope. Aloth. Stop casting spell. Stop! I'm not selecting everyone. I'm selecting Aloth. Or I want to just hit it with his fucking wand.
That's it.
God, that was annoying.
As you like.
Hey.
Okay, so this is clearly where we're supposed to go for this. Do.
For the occasion.
Okay. Let me just quick save.
Mighty Nemnock, we lay down our lives before your magnificence. What's this? Who trespasses on our devotions?
The Acolyte's voice echoes across the hall. A resounding chant from worshippers continues uninterrupted.
Nemnock, Nemnock, Nemnock.
You've taken your last step in the Master's sanctum, Outlander. Nemnock will suck the marrow from your soul.
A delighted call rises from the congregation as they redouble their chant. Is that you, Cully? I met your father.
My father is a disbeliever. I have risen above him.
Cully balls his fist at his sides and turns to look away.
Nemnock is the all-devourer, the one who swallows gods and vomits forth their skulls. The one true power of Eora. Let me show you. See for yourself.
Spreading his arms wide, Cully begins an incantation under his breath. Many of the supplicants mirror the gesture. The beating of the drums increases in tempo. Cully draws a long dagger from his robe. Don't do anything foolish now. Draws the blade across his palm and hisses through clenched teeth. Leaning over the mouth of the pit, Cully lets his blood drip down. A hot breeze gusts from somewhere far below.
Nemnock, Nemnock,
And folks say us harvesters are unsettling.
Silence!
Cully grimaces and redoubles his prayers with more fervent conviction.
Nemnock, you are the gaping maw, the lidless eye, the shadow between stars. You are the red curtain, the secret in amber, the light of the Audra.
Damn, dude. That's a lot of things. He squeezes his hand into a fist, forcing more blood to drip from his wound as he feeds the void of the pit.
Nemnock, 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 Nemnock.
Stop this, Cully.
Beloved Nemnock, come forth and let all non-believers wither before your killing stare.
Cully holds out his arms. The air above the pit roars like an approaching inferno.
Yes! Yes! Nemnock comes!
Pronounce Nemnock or die. The chant of the acolytes rises to a fever pitch as an enormous form rises from the pit and flaps its leathery wings. A pair of eyes cut gems narrow to study you. Nemnock, I presume. After a moment of contemplative silence, the creature simply turns its focus away without a care.
What have you brought me, supplicant?
It gestures with an open claw, focusing on Kali.
Sacrifices, mighty Nemnock. Behold!
Kali gestures towards your party. The worshippers around the circle raise their hands and cheer.
Watcher, you know I only play pretend under the sheets.
She crosses her arms pointedly. Adir nods in agreement.
Wait, what? See, thing is, I ain't never really been temple sort.
Sacrifice? I think not.
You will be obedient, or you will be silent.
Kali hisses the final word and balls his hands in his sides.
Do not waste your breath, acolyte. I sense this one serves another master.
Nemnock waves Kali aside and glares at you with hateful intensity as worshippers take up their chant anew.
I am the only master under this mountain, child. If you will not serve, your blood will fill the inkwells of my loyal scribes.
Nemnock's toothy grin broadens, eliciting a cry of joy from his worshippers. True God shouldn't need scribes. What are you?
Knowledge is strength. Or do they teach you nothing in the godless wasteland beyond my halls?
Nemnock makes a dismissive gesture towards the exit.
Every scroll and grimoire my servants collect swells my power, child.
Nemnock spreads open his arms. The supplicants mirror the gesture.
And with power, I will rain a terror long overdue on all who resist me.
Scrolls? Grimoires? Parlor tricks. You're no god.
Mighty one?
Kali turns to regard Nemnock with wide eyes.
Is your faith so brittle that it can be challenged by an outlander?
Nemnock's eyes narrow further. Its massive head shakes with disapproval.
Through knowledge, I am stronger than any mortal. Submit to me, child. Resist and you shall perish.
I have duties to other gods beyond this mountain.
Fool! There are no gods greater than Nemnock!
Nemnock! Nemnock! Nemnock! Nemnock!
The beating of the drums reaches a frenzied rhythm. Most of the acolytes are breathless or spent with their unceasing devotions, but they raise their voices in wild prayer.
You are honored to die by my hand. Accept this blessing.
Nemnock points at Long Claw and screeches as he swoops in to attack. The acolytes take up a spirited cheer.
Hey, watch out.
Not quite.
Hey, Adir? Where did you go? Adir, you're kind of our tank. I need you to not be across the fucking map. Get me skeletons! Yes! Skeleton warriors! Dear buddy, you're out on your own here. I'd love to help you, but really fucking can't. Wait, did I already beat Nemnock? No. I guess I killed Cully. Well, he was a little shit.
Lava beyond lava beyond.
Two ogres. Oh, for a second I thought the fucking loser ran away. I was like, really?
No, that's not it.
No, don't. Let's keep up the ogres.
Never you mind that.
My amulet!
No, my mullet.
Stay back! Not any closer!
Dude, I'm gonna wreck your shop. I'm gonna wreck your shit, dude. It's gonna be embarrassing for you.
Think you got the decency to die?
I don't even need to heal.
No!
Stop trying to summon dragons. He's probably immune to fire.
So help me God, I'll whoop the next one of you who takes aim at me.
Hell, did he just, like, rebound a spell at us? So I don't love that. As fizzling energy dissipates and dust of the battle clears, all that remains is a shattered amulet, a tiny injured imp. The chanting of acolytes ends with a gasp.
No! No, no, no! Nemnock's amulet! Nemnock's wondrous jewel!
Scrambling, Nemnock picks up the two halves of the now oversized medallion and tries to fit them together. The metal pieces fall the instant Nemnock lets go.
Broken forever! No! You no kill Nemnock, eh? Kind Nemnock!
The imp cowers back and raises its claws, shuffling closer to the edge of the pit. What just happened?
Amulet made Nemnock smart. Smart enough to read magic books. All gone.
Nemnock clutches its head and lets out a prolonged howl.
Nasty Arkhamir never taught imps to read. House full of books, eh?
Nemnock kicks a stone, sending it clattering into the pit.
Nemnock stole his pretty jewel. Learned to read, grew strong, grew big, eh? Nemnock said someday he'd fly back and free the others. Give them books too.
I feel bad. Would you like to join me on my travels? No. See, people died because of this motherfucker. Maybe it wasn't fair, but look where it's brought us.
Nemnock was best god. Had everything. Lost it all, did poor Nemnock.
Yeah.
This a terrible day. Nemnock not smart enough to remember how smart Nemnock was.
The imp stares down at its claws, lost in thought. Time to step on this little annoyance.
Scree! No! No! Drag Nemnock through Bereth's tiny door!
The imp pokes its claws and howls.
To me, my pets! My pets?
Nemnock glances around the chamber, but the acolytes remain motionless, looking on in mute disbelief. They're also all dead.
Be a whole mess of man, Cap. There be limits.
Like, sorry to what's his fuck, but I did kill his son. He was caught in the crossfire. Okay. So that's some pretty hot shit. That's definitely better for you. What was the other thing I got? Staff. Okay. Like, part of me was tempted to be like, hey, Nemnock, join my crew. But Nemnock did get a lot of people killed for no reason, and do a lot of killing of people for no reason. Which, is bad. That's bad. So, no Nemnock redemption arc. Okay. So I guess this is where I would have come in had I come in from the eye. Instead of the mouth.
I shall make it so.
Garbage. Occasional sulfur bubble pops in this pool on the surface of this warm pool.
Now here's something.
Trap disarmed. Trap disarmed.
As you like.
Nailed it.
What have we here?
Not to set it off this time. Do. Hey nerds, we killed your god. He was a imp. Hey guy.
No god of mine steals a child.
I'm afraid that Kali is dead. Chisel nearly falls as Tadak brings his hand up to cover his mouth.
Curse on that wretched...
Sighing, Tadak looks up at the sky and gathers his wits.
I knew this was possible, even likely when I sent you out there. The fault is with Nemnock alone.
He passes you a small pouch of coins and resumes his labor, his expression vacant and haunted. Where's that other person? Because you ought to know that I've killed Nemnock. Muttering a prayer, the tattooed chieftain scoops a palmful of sand into a stout mound. She leans forward and blows on the hard mound on the mountain hard enough to scatter it to the breeze. A smile spreads across her face as the breeze carries due north.
I offer amends for the slight of Tatok, Great One. A gift of breath and wind for his wasted words.
She offers her arms and calls out to the northern horizon. Finally, she dusts off her palms and turns to you.
Speak up, unless you're just resting your sea legs.
She raises an eyebrow and nods. What was that argument about?
Kali joined mighty Nemnok in the Drowned Barrows, against the wishes of his infidel father.
Anik folds her arms and glances over your shoulder.
Nemnok does Kali great honor. Tatok is a fool to think otherwise.
Hear that Nemnok is your god.
Nemnok is the god of this island and patron of our tribe.
Anik crosses her arms over her chest.
Nemnok gives life and safety to all Junvik. To feed the barrows with sacrifice is to feed our prosperity.
Earlier you mentioned something about Nemnok's accord?
In exchange for our obedience to Nemnok's laws, the Mighty One guarantees our safety and plenty.
She claps her hands over her heart and bows to the north.
One day, all of the Deadfire will accept Nemnok's accord.
Well, farewell. I guess I can't tell you that I killed your god. So... Everyone have a pork night. Everyone, we rest and have a pork snack. Well, okay. So that was something. Let's head over to this place. Can I just land there? No. Right, so this is the thing I'm doing for the Juana in order to make up for letting that dragon go, which I still say was the right thing to do. Search for signs of the leaden key.
That symbol. It looks like a variant of the leaden key's insignia.
Okay, that was quick. Yeah, what's the fucking code? Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. Cool building. Cool tree. Rocky outcroppings pepper the face of the cliffside. You can make out the shape of stone ruins situated high above. The terrain offers an abundance of hand and footholds, though the length of the climb alone would exact a heavy toll of effort and strain. Scouting for a secure passage could help to mitigate the risks of a hard climb. Have someone study the cliff. Let's go with Adir. Adir squints up the rock face and points at dangers which eluded you until now. You note that a crevasse, which would have otherwise proven a useful foothold on the journey up, is home to a bulbous and pulsating nest of wasps. Higher still, a prominent ledge stands out as an immediate obstacle. You note no other dangers of significance. Climb up? You begin the climb, alternating your attention between your footing and any less obvious dangers. You narrowly avoid the crevasse supporting the wasp nest, and you continue your ascent. You come upon a ledge that commands the cliffside. The outcropping looks like it could support an adult's weight, though it would take a nimble outdoorsman to plot a safe course. Send someone to scout for a safe route. Once again, Adir, my boy. After scaling the cliff with the mountain goat's alacrity, Adir waves down at you and signals the optimal path up. Make for the summit of the cliff, panting from exertion and grateful to find yourself once more on stable ground. Cool. Bowl is ripe to bursting with ripe koiki. It looks as if Ruasare's attendants stalk it regularly to keep pace with the Ranga's appetite. Examine the fruit. Koiki smell particularly sweet and pungent, likely owing their growth in the deeper jungle. Smell overpowers the scent of the braziers, which suffuses the rest of the temple. Wait, why combat? I come bearing the code phrase. Did I fuck something up? I didn't have any other options of where to go. Did I? Did I just accidentally sneak in through the back way? Climb down. Climb down. Cool. Young woman steps to the edge of the cliff and peers down, wearing an amused grin. She fingers the curve of a long hunting bow.
You went into the jungle for animal hides, I say, and found yourself in an empty clearing.
I did not.
Akira, the clearing was empty, I say. You asked no questions.
She scowls down at you.
You turned around and retraced your steps back to your ship, where it was safe.
She picks up her hunting bow and knocks an arrow, pointing it at your direction. Look, I just want to talk. Can we talk?
Not if you cannot listen.
Can I say the fucking code phrase? To sigh, she points the arrow to the ground.
If you came to blunt my teeth with chatter, try to keep it short.
I bring an offer of alliance from Queen Onikaza II. Her bearing abruptly straightens as she regards you anew, taking you in from head to toe.
We remember the old compact with the Nekataka Queen. Do you have her treaty words?
Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas.
Akira, the Queen must be desperate to send you, I say. Rasare will be expecting you inside.
She gestures for one of the cliffside guards to lower the lift.
Seeing as you've earned your way up from nuisance to guest, find me if you feel like trading.
Kipeha folds her arms and strolls away from the cliffside. Okay. Good. Good. That would have been really shit. With the help of an elaborate pulley mechanism, this lift can be raised to the level of the plateau. Take it up. Creaking of wood and straining of rope accompany the lift's upward journey. That would have really sucked.
Akira, what now?
I'd like to trade.
You're in luck. I am the only one on the island who trades with outsiders.
Take that. Okay. Hello, you have names?
Keep out of my way, outsider.
You have a name? Round-bellied man stands at ease before a cluster of hardened fighters, their fists balled and brows furrowed. Murmurs of tense discussion slow to a halt as a woman at the head of the crowd steps forward, clutching a spear.
Maybe the spear's a gift for us?
Silence.
She grimaces at a deer.
The outsider must leave. Oreo Koiki will not be parceled off and bought with foreign lies.
She sweeps her spear tip to gesture in your direction.
Ruasari would never let that happen. Where is your confidence in our Ranka?
I take it there's a problem.
You are the problem. We do not track dirt in our home.
We are no better than the outsiders if our Mataru act like inhospitable savages. Where is the courtesy and welcome of the Wahaki?
His question casts a ripple of unease over every listener.
If you have such love for outsiders, let this one speak for herself.
She fixes her attention on you. Give me a chance to prove myself worthy of your hospitality.
You are not the first to speak in honeyed words while caressing a hidden blade. If the outsider turns on us, I say I will drag you through Tangaloa's maw with me.
She curls her upper lip at Aparu.
For all our sakes, may I be proven wrong.
Nodding to the assembled fighters, she signals them to disperse.
On behalf of those who remember our manners, welcome to Oreo Kowiki.
I take it you and Ruasari are paired?
When it strikes Rusari's fancy that we should sleep under one roof, we do so vigorously. Some think I influence her judgment, but they have the wrong of it. My back is too fragile for the weight of authority, I say.
Is there usually so much infighting when outsiders show up?
Ikira, I say circumstances have made us rough around the edges. Outsiders come with cannons, nets, torches. They do not come to talk.
What can you tell me about Ruasari?
She is our Ranga, and the strength of our tribe.
He stands tall, wearing a proud grin.
I have never seen her without a mouthful of Kowiki. Even in battle, she wears a bandolier of fruit. A spirited, passionate, and very hungry woman is my Rusare.
Farewell. Okay. Hopefully I can talk without being a violence. Good. The broad-shouldered woman on the throne lifts her gaze to meet yours. White face paint adds a grim aspect to her stoic demeanor. Smoldering braziers fill the air with oppressive heat, but she sits at ease.
Her face paint. You don't suppose...
Rusari turns her gaze to Aloth, who quickly falls silent. She returns her focus to you.
I am the Ranga of this tribe, and will not hesitate to send your soul through Tangaloa's maw if you threaten my people.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ranga.
You have the gift of our hospitality during this audience. Do not abuse it.
The studious man, looking at the Ranga's side, scrutinizes you.
But will our hospitality be returned?
A trembling mystic consults a palmful of runes. The Ranga silences him with a look. Sitting forward in her seat, she opens a fist to reveal a plump Kowiki fruit. She takes a deep and thoughtful bite.
The loss of Mbeta has soured me to outsiders, I say. The Queen sent you to remind us we are vassals. Is that all?
She sets the Kowiki down on an armrest and opens her palm, inviting you to speak. Queen Onakaza proposes an alliance with the Wahiki.
Queen, I am thinking you are very free with this meaningless outsider word. Foreigners hold the islands upside down, shaking them to loosen their riches. Onakaza gives them comfort. Akira, these are not the actions of a queen.
You don't think she's just biding her time?
Bah! Then she never should have let the foreigners take a step onto Deadfire soil.
Seraphin snickers quietly.
You think the Queen is cunning, but she is on the brink of losing her power.
Ruasari makes a disgusted sweeping motion with her hand. You're falling in the same trap that the foreigners are, assuming that she's weak on the basis of appearances. Ruasari opens her mouth to speak out against you, but stops herself.
The Kahanka Queen shows her belly so that the enemy will overlook her claws.
She nods to herself.
This is a worthy tactic. Valia and Rawatai are foolish enough to fall for it. Before I agree to Onakaza's terms, I must deal with a pest of my own. Not as large as the trading companies, but nearly as vicious. You are knowing that the purchase of foreign slaves is allowed in the Deadfire?
Shadow falls over Ruasari's eyes as she lowers her brow. Sanctioned as long as the tribes aren't touched.
A treaty as frail as old parchment, I say. To buy and sell kith is the work of monsters.
I agree.
Aye, lass. Few build suckers more monstrous than slave trading build suckers.
He cracks his knuckles, ears slightly lowered. She furrows her brow at Seraphin, deciding whether to recognize the sentiment. In the end, she merely nods and returns her focus to you.
These slavers hunt the waters around Oreo Kuiki. Like cowards, they shy away from the deeper jungle.
In spite of Ruasari's heavy guffaw, not a trace of humor reaches her eyes.
They steal my people from their fishing boats and sell them like pigs at auction. Where is Onakaza to stop them?
Ruasari opens her arms and searches left to right.
Someone must teach them the meaning of Wahaki vengeance, I say.
You're talking about Crookspur? I already dealt with them.
Could this be true?
She glances at her attendants. The priest consults his bones. His brow raises, and he nods to the queen.
What say? If those parasites drew their final breaths, I would hear of it.
Master Kua is dead. His business is finished.
While Onakaza plays at diplomacy, we are the spear in the guts of our enemies. I have come to expect troubling news from outsiders. Today is no different, but at least you bring me a tale for my grandchildren.
What? Nodding to herself, Ruasari looks you up and down, weighing something unspoken.
Tell Onakaza that the Wahaki accept her authority. If the time comes when she needs to show foreigners the breadth of her power, we will be there. The hospitality of the Wahaki is yours. Respect our ways, and cause no trouble.
That was easy. I'm glad I didn't have to do murder. Turns out, the only murder I needed to do was already done. I already did the necessary murder. Which is real convenient.
Outsider. Unlike Barapo, I do not use this as a term of offense, I say.
Tangara gives you a pleasant smile.
We do not see many visitors on Oreo Koiki. Those who come, seldom leave.
What's wrong with your construct?
A valuable lesson about animancy, I say. There is quality and there is cheap, but never both.
Tangara sighs, patting one of his pockets with a jingling of a few shells.
The rust bucket does not follow my instructions and ignores my command words.
I could take a look at the construct for you.
I am appreciating the offer, but it is better if I learn how to operate my degraded friend. I would be a poor host if the ironclad thing decided to remove your skin.
He chuckles, but the humor doesn't quite reach his eyes. I've dealt with worse, believe me.
Akira, I can see that well enough from here. Here, the command words. They do me little good.
He passes you a tattered scroll and shrugs, smiling wanly. Oh, I should ask what's-her-face about the leaden key. The construct trembles and rattles, its vacant gaze wandering without purpose. Habit and routine are seemingly the only forces keeping it upright. Speak the words on the command scroll. Read the words of the scroll, doubtful of the faded arcane scribblings, until a tingling sensation passes your lips. The construct abruptly hardens its bearing and turns to you, standing at attention. It seems that conflicting instructions from too many masters has led to the rapid degeneration of this construct's short-term memory. Wipe the construct's memory? Draw the babbling, incoherent mess of instructions received over the years. The construct trembles throughout the procedure. The construct now stands at ease, regarding its surrounding with fresher clarity. Maybe you'll prove useful later. The construct stares back at you in silence. Leave. So did I fix it?
Visitor, I hope your time on Ori...
Why is my one option to command it to murder someone who I'm not against?
Come no closer, outsider.
Read her soul. You reach into her soul, chasing the spark of recognition. You feel hundreds of births and deaths within her, forming and disappearing like bubbles in boiling water. You sift past them all, focusing your overwhelmed senses on the memory of a strange foreign man. When at last you seize it, you find yourself in the very same throne room, but the condition of the place and the memory of your host suggests that it was many, many hundred years ago, if not more. You are seated on a dais. The man is brought before you, dressed in stifling black robes. He reminds you of a corpse dressed for a funeral. She tells you that this is the man you asked to see, and that his people have been harassing yours. He calls himself Deus Ex Arcanon. Explain yourself, stranger. Gives you a smile that sets your teeth on edge.
Your Excellency, I come to warn your people. Your presence among these ruins is an affront to the gods. You must remove yourself, lest you face the gods' wrath.
Indeed, the man is an even greater fool than you had been told. The gods surely take their time. We have lived here for 200 years, and they have yet to raise an objection.
The timeline of the gods is not for mortals to understand. But even their patience shall wear thin, especially after this warning.
You certainly feel you certainly feel your patience wearing thin. Who is he, this foreigner, to send your people from their halls and homes? And who is he to tell your people, the survivors, about the wrath of the gods? What ungrateful guest evicts his hosts? Our ancestors built these places centuries ago. We will not leave. For a moment, his unctuous facade melts away, and he blinks at you and your attendants. You get the impression that your response has surprised him.
Your people cling tightly to their history.
His jaw is tight as he speaks. He swallows hard, as if gulping something unpleasant.
But where are these designs among your arts? Where is the carved Adra in your wooden huts? These places were not built by the Huana, but by an ancient people from a distant land.
You knew he was a fool, but now you suspect he is a dangerous one. His words are a lie, but like the very best lies, they contain a shadow of truth. Everyone knows foreigners once lived amongst your people as guests, but they have not been seen in 200 years. What prickles the back of your neck is the question of how he might know this, and why he brings it to you. The murals of this place suggest, and the stories of our ancestors tell it differently. How would you, foreigner, know our history better than our own grandfathers?
I have seen your murals, and I know that you will recognize this.
He produces a helm with two horn-like protrusions and a mask attached. He's correct. You do recognize it. Your guards and attendants gasp. The man, Theos, smiles more broadly.
It was my people who built these places. And now, I come before you bearing their warning.
At least that much is true. You turn to your guards. Seize him. Just as a look of surprise appears on Theos' face, the ancient Ranga's memory skips ahead. You are looking at Theos once more. This time, however, he and a score of robed men and women are bound amidst a heap of peat and wood. This time he is staring at you in disbelieving fury. You have gathered your people and told them that the foreigners before them are the same ones who came to the island centuries ago. And now your people are angry and frightened too, because every Wahaki remembers the story of how the foreigners abused the hospitality of their Huana hosts. So great was their iniquity that the gods destroyed the city of Ukaizo and many others besides. Watch now as I wipe the stain up from among us. Your people cheer. Theo struggles and yells, but his words are drowned out. Let us never forget that this foreigner is a trickster and his people a plague. Hundreds of Wahaki stamp their feet and beat the ground with the butts of their spears. Still Theos scowls and thrashes in protest. From this day forward we must be vigilant. Let us root out such foreigners and keep our lands pure of their wickedness. The tribe cheers louder than ever. Young and old, Mataru and Roparu, all united in purpose. A change seems to come over Theos, and the struggle leaves his body and the rage departs his face. Good, let him accept his end. One of your attendants offers you a torch. Throw it onto the pyre. You hurl the torch. The flames spread quickly. The foreigners scream as the fire advances, all except Theos, who looks back at you with a strange smile of satisfaction. You pull back from the memory. The gruesome scene evaporates around you.
Why do you stare so?
What is the significance of your face paint?
The Wahaki show outsiders that we know their deceitful face.
She spits on the floor.
My ancestor knew this face well. She recalled its every hateful curve to the Wahaki histories. We wear the bone-white grimace of our enemies and take power from it.
Do you recognize the name Theos or Leaden Key?
I know only that they clang and clash like foreign names.
She frowns, yet something in her soul sparks like kindling held to a flame. There is an ancient presence there with its own memory. Your soul. Okay, this is the thing we've already...
Why do you stare so?
Farewell. Thoth will want to know about this.
You look like you have something on your mind.
Read an ancient memory in Ruasari's soul and found a link to the Leaden Key. Tell Aeloth about the past life you glimpsed in the Ruasari's soul. About her long ago meeting with Theos, his warning about the ruins, her decision to execute him, and her mandate to the Wahaki to defend their territory from outsiders.
That's like what he told the Glanfathans. I'll bet he didn't expect they'd kill him for it. Would have loved to see the look on his face.
Then the Wahaki are the painted masks. They've been serving the Leaden Key's interests for 2,000 years without even knowing it.
Aeloth blinks, working through the implications.
Though not, it seems, in the way Theos intended.
He frowns, rubbing his chin.
Now that's just wrong.
Just got lucky it worked out. He smiles wryly.
There are few people I would consider lucky for being burned alive. But I see your point. Belief is a curious thing.
He crosses his arms, settling back on the balls of his feet.
Once, the Wahaki believed they were guarding themselves against the Ingwithans, Theos' people. Yet over time, they became hostile toward all outsiders.
A thoughtful furrow splits his brow. It's the logical extension of what they learned from Theos.
Yes, but it didn't stop there. It's not just that the Wahaki misread Theos' original message. It fundamentally changed them.
He purses his lips.
They went from being a large and well-connected tribe to a much smaller one defined by isolationism.
And this has got you thinking again of the consequences of your intervention.
You see all the ninnying I suffer from this lad? Right sure 'tis rattle around in his noggin.
You know me too well.
His wry grin doesn't quite banish his air of melancholy.
I've been chasing the Leaden Key, trying to undo the harm they've caused. But what if I'm only making matters worse?
Private agony muffles his voice. He catches his breath. His breath catches in his throat as the full weight of his words hits him.
Might I be to blame? Have I made a grievous mistake in getting involved?
Oh, through his scars and lines and newfound purpose, you catch a glimpse of the Aloth you knew 5 years ago, scared, alone, and desperate for direction. I wish I could zoom this out so I could read this better. No one can know everything, so we've all got to do the best we can with the resources we have.
When you put it that way, mine does sound like a rather flimsy excuse, doesn't it? Perhaps it was naive to think I could dismantle a 2,000-year-old organization in a single lifetime. But it's worth it to try.
That's the spirit.
The strange thing is, this whole ordeal has given me some sympathy for Theos. Not that I condone his actions, of course.
He quickly clears his throat. Seraphim snickers quietly. Shodi's eyes gleam with dark amusement.
But I can't imagine he thought he'd destroy an entire generation either. Well, not in the beginning, anyway.
He clasps his hands and presses his lips together, trying to formulate a thought.
What I mean to say is, he thought he was doing the right thing. Even at the end.
We all justify our actions somehow.
True indeed. At any rate, it'll be a relief to move forward. It was always too comfortable to leave the hard decisions to others. To simply follow along.
He cocks his head in reflection and inclines it toward you.
I only wonder now what sort of decision you'll have to make when we finally confront Aethys.
Find out when we reach him. No point in guessing.
A reasonable point. Anyway, thank you. This has lifted a great burden from my shoulders.
Then let's get going.
Indeed.
Okay, so I guess we're done with this place. That was quick and easy, but I guess that's largely because we already did the thing. We already killed the slavers. And that was the challenge of this place. Plus we knew the code word. Take the lift to the ground. We knew the code phrase that got us in, and so we didn't have to murder everyone. 'Cause that would have been unfortunate. That would have been unfortunate if we had to murder everyone. That would have been bad to do. Okay, so let's head back to Nekataka. Talk to the queen. Give her the good news. And then let's call it. Why did I go straight into a storm? Why was that the auto path? Clouds darken in the distance, piling one atop the next, as if a battle for superiority. A vision seared through the lightning forks between the sea and the sky, followed almost immediately by a rattling crash of thunder. Beardal swallows. Gods alive, Captain! Did you offend Andra herself? If that's not a manifestation of her fury, I don't know what is. The boatswain casts an eye across the deck. We shouldn't try to wait out a storm like that. A big wave is too likely to roll the whole damn ship and drown us all. Our best hope is to outrun it. Your crew looks at you. Your orders? Assign duties. Handsome Ilium, take this line and lash yourself to the wheel. Don't want you going overboard. With a grimace, Handsome Ilium accepts the rope and begins looping it through the spokes of the wheel and its own belt. And out the last of our cooked food, Hama. Put out any fires in the galley. Amos salutes. Understood, Captain. The crew will be glad to have a warm meal before we dive into this mess. Assign deckhand duties. One sec. Okay. Everyone into the rigging. We need to reef the sails. Crew ascends into the rigging, pulling lines and tying off the sails, diminishing the amount of fabric facing the wind before returning to the deck. That's enough for now. Ask for a companion's aid. Seraphim, I'm gonna need you by my side here. The Orlon grins. Aye, Cap. I'll be letting you know if you do anything too hollow-headed. Consider your options. We're prepared as we're gonna get. Take us in. Clouds sweep over you, dominating the sky and hemming the sea in one roiling gray dome. The rain drums against the deck. Sweat beads on handsome Ilium's brow as the storm looms ever closer. Can't outrun this one, Captain. Oh, shit. Storm sets churning, bending masts, twisting lines, and tumbling enormous waves across the deck. The wind drives the rain at an angle so sharp as to be almost sideways. Shit, I don't know. I'm not a boat doer. I barely know how to sail. And I probably don't remember how to sail. Since it's been like 20 years. Hands to the post. We're holding course. Waves rise and break over the rails, sending water cascading across the deck. Sailors shout orders to one another, clinging to the rigging for their lives as you cut your way through the storm. Shit. Storm rages on, showing no signs of subsiding. They pass. Clouds roil above you, the sea boils below. Everything between disappears in a velvet deluge of rain. Vidal grips the thing. The rigging, shouting, "God's alive, Captain!" Andra's in a fury. The deck box beneath your feet as the tempest tosses. I need a better name for this fucking boat. It can't just be called junk. Heaving to. Lash the rudder against the sails and get below decks. Vidal shouts orders in his hands and you knot the ropes around the ship's wheel. When the ship is set, to sail as best it can without a guiding hand, you join the others below decks. God damn it! Shore reaches on. Ship pitches suddenly, and with a monstrous wave strikes directly. With a despairing scream, Arena is swept over the rails. Shody, please guide Solda gone. Kith overboard, grab a line and mount a rescue. Line tied around the waist, Kerger leaps over the rail and vanishes into the water. A few minutes later, the deckhand reappears, sputtering, handsome alien held close. That isn't who fucking fell over. Oh, hey! Welcome. You set the sails back onto the deck. Storm rages on, shows no sign of subsiding. Ship rocks intermittently and unpredictably. Soon the crew clutch their heads or guts, bent over in buckets squeezed tight between their knees. The foul grog scent of their sick thickens the air. Shield Sister Delia, I want you to work your magic with whatever medicine we have. Shield Sister Delia nods. Very well, I know just the thing. The surgeon moves among the crew, providing relief to the afflicted. The storm rages on, showing no sign of subsiding. Day pass. Oh my god. This is just gonna be the rest of the game. It's me in this storm until my ship inevitably explodes. Or whatever. Use medicine. Use medicine. As if exhausted, the clouds finally calm, coming to a rest like a thick blanket across the sky. The waves, too, end their trembling complaint. And junk finally sails easily. The crew lean against the rails and rigging, their faces haggard but relieved. The storm, it seems, has passed. Fucking hell. That was terrible. Gotta keep a better eye out for storms, because I can't let that ever happen again. What do you want, loser? Too slow. Wait, Aethys Vanguard?
No, we're too late. Look for Bairn.
Oh, this ain't good.
I don't see him. Let's check downstairs.
Let's take all their stuff first. No sense letting it go to waste.
Bairn! You see him? This is him. He's gone.
Deer cries out, frustrated. He puts his hand to his face and looks down into it, shaking his head.
What was this?
He was the victim of a madman.
A madman who might really have had a vision from his god. Or also trusting. Our gods don't deserve it.
Deer kneels next to Baron, puts his hand on the boy's shoulder. After a moment, he rises.
We should go.
Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder if there's anything I could have done about that. Like if I had tried to head after them faster. Oh well, too late now. Conga Palace rooftop. Traveling the streets of Nekataka when you hear a familiar voice nearby. You follow the winding streets of Nekataka, the usual sounds, city sounds and cart wheels against cobbles, and shouting vendors fades, replaced by a cacophony of a heated argument on the verge of boiling over. One of the voices rings familiar. Eldengram. From my boat. Sneak closer to observe. Actually, no. Approach the commotion. As you round the corner, you see Eldengram surrounded by a group of unfamiliar soldiers. From their dress, you don't believe they're locals. They shout at him, who returns to yelling with interest, though you can't make out the actual matter of the argument. One of the sailors shoves him against the wall. The hand of another thug lingers dangerously near his weapon. His eyes meet yours and widen. Captain, thank God! I could use a hand here! Captain? An unfamiliar sailor scowls as she looks over at you. You should teach your sailors better manners. This sudden fool got sick all over our boots. Her compatriots nod, eyes searching you. If you don't know who I already am, you will soon. You do not want to cross me. Captain speaks true, friend. Best turn around and walk away. Seraphin's hand rests on the handle of his weapon. Failure. Silence hangs in the air for a moment as the sailors seem to consider your word. As one, they begin laughing, and the guy slinks away. One of them draws her weapon and points it at you. Let's teach the captain here a lesson. They advance. Okay, so I get to kill people instead. Their mistake.
That dog won't hunt.
Oh no, a bunch of shitheads got exploded. I feel so bad. Now where do I leave? I had shit to do. Can I go back on this rooftop? Okay.
My scouts tell me that you sail from Oriokoiki.
Queen raises her
Do the
brow.
Wahaki pay the crown obeisance in whatever eccentric form suits them?
Onikaza rests her chin on her fist and studies you. You can look forward to Wahaki's support when the need arises.
You have united the Huana with our missing limb.
For once, she allows herself a deep and genuine smile of gratitude.
Prayer and the wisdom of Kohopa will help steer my next course. I will send for you in time.
Onikaza dismisses you with a wave. Alright, so let's level up and then we'll call a stream. I did say only one when that says 5. I'm confused. I don't understand this system. Choose an ability for one class. Shit, I haven't been using that. Oops. The chance. There we go. Dear, you learned about athletics and streetwise, sure. Unbreakable. Kana and history. I got the hip ups. Sure. Okay. Last but not least. Let's get mechanics. And bluff.
Yes?
Alright, so with that, let's call it here. Let's do a save. And let's see if anyone is going to raid. So thanks for watching, y'all. I love you very much. I'll see you next time. Remember, Black Lives Matter, defund the police.